1. I'm going live. What's up? Morning, everybody. What day is it? Tuesday, the day before Halloween, and we're going to announce some winner in just a second. Let some people start piling in. If you're driving to work right now, maybe dropping off the kids at school. That's what I just did, dropped them off, and I decided to pull over to some new construction. That way I can kind of go over a couple different things. We had a pop quiz yesterday, and I asked the question, what type of home loan do you need to buy a brand new home? Like new construction like this. Like you see these all the time, right? These little, they look like plywood toy houses. Those are real houses. This is just the beginning stages. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk into this one. And as we walk in, I'm going to flip the camera around and talking. Just keep listening. So the question is, how do you buy a new home? Is it the same process as buying a home that maybe someone's already lived in? The ones I see with a sign in the front yard, something like that. Is it the same process? Yes. It's very similar. If anything, sometimes, depending on what stage you find the house in, it's actually sometimes a little easier for people. And I always joke around that it's like buying a house on layaway. And people are like, you can buy a house on layaway? Not necessarily layaway, like the way you would think about, like you go put an Xbox at Walmart. But it is considered, a little further closing, so you have more time to save money. And so right now, this is actually a pretty nice house. This is a really nice living room. Look at the tray ceilings, they're super high. It's at least a 12-foot, and then you got the 15-foot up here in the entrance. So anyways, so if you're looking for new construction and you don't know where to start, this is what I tell people. Any of those options I gave yesterday, FHA, VA, conventional, those are all ways you can buy a new construction home. It's not any different than buying a regular home. A previously established home, something that's already been there and occupied. It's the same thing. The only difference is just the way the contract is structured and the time it takes to actually close the house. Here's what I mean. Let me kind of walk through over here. I think I'm in one of the, where am I at right now? I think I'm in the master, or is this the master bath? No, it's master bath. So you got double vanities right here. And you got the huge, my God, look at that shower. That's all shower right there. So anyways, what I was gonna say is when you buy a new home, let's just say, let's backwards, let's go backwards. Let's say you get approved for $200,000, right? Gino, I'm approved for $200,000, what are my options? We'll do a search and we'll show you everything in the coastal bend that is already previously occupied. It's already built, maybe someone's lived there for like a year or two. We'll show you that. And then we'll show you options if it is in your price range for new construction. So if you're approved for $200,000, you're looking at some older homes that people have lived in for a couple of years, they're really nice, but you're thinking maybe I want to get it at this stage where I can pick paint colors and I can pick finishes for the floor and I can pick, the countertops and I can pick all the fixtures for the restrooms and for the kitchen. I can pick all that stuff out. Is it the same cost to me? Whoa. Check out the backyard patio. Oh boy. Look at that with an outdoor fireplace. Okay, so is it the same options? I want to buy a new house. Let's say we find you a house. It's at this stage. It's just been framed up. There's no rough electric. There's no rough plumbing. There's nothing in here yet. It's just being framed. There's this foundation. If we find it like this, and it's maybe got, I'd say 90 days, maybe a little longer to go, we write a contract on it. We offer whatever price we want. We can negotiate closing costs. And then we send that contract to title to your lender. And you got 4 months, 3 months to save up what your down payment needs to be, which is going to be the 3.5% if it's FHA, 0% if it's VA or if it's conventional, 5% minimum. And then in a couple of months, you buy it like you would buy anything else. So the answer to the question yesterday was D, all of the above, VA, FHA. Hold on. I thought that we were in the master over there, but I think we're in the master now. So you can buy a house with VA, FHA, and conventional, so all of the above will work. Now there is limits on FHA depending on the market. Our market, it varies. I think the last time I checked it was at $294. I could be wrong. Hopefully someone will correct me. I'm sure they will. They always do. But you can still pay that down a little bit and get it through FHA with a lower down payment. But again, you have to get it down below. I'm getting too nerdy. The point is, if you're looking to buy a house, you need to learn how it all works first. And I tell people all the time, and this question is, well, I want to buy a house for another year. I don't want to buy a house for another 6 months. So I'm not going to even bother running my credit now. I'm not going to bother trying to get approved now. That's like saying, I'm going to go to this one place I've never been to before. I don't know anything about it. I'll just figure it out when I get there. What would be better? If we're planning a trip to Disney, I don't know anything about Disney. Just get there and wing it and just like, oh man, I kind of messed up. I wish I would have planned this out. Or would it be better to learn as much as you can first before you even get there? That way, when you do get there, you know what you need to do. So if you have questions about buying a house, new, construction like this, or previously occupied, message me. Comment below that you want more information. I'm not some salesman that's gonna sit there and be like, buy a house now, buy a house now, buy a house now. That's not the way it works. Most of the people we talk to on a daily basis aren't buying a house tomorrow. They're buying a house months from now, 6 months from now, years from now. I have clients right now that are buying houses that I talked to like 3 years ago. 3 years ago, and I can see the messages when they messaged me 3 years ago, and I'm like, oh, hey, you're back. And I'm glad they are, because they finally clicked like, hey, you know what? I really need to learn what's all involved to buy a house, because I don't know anything. I don't know nothing. And I know I want one. I don't know what's all involved. I don't know how much I have to pay. I don't know who to talk to first. I don't even know the right steps. Am I doing this right? That's what our first conversation is going to be. The first time you talk to me or anybody on my team, we're going to teach you, and we're going to answer all your questions that you're too afraid to ask, either online or maybe you just don't have anybody to answer them for you. We're going to answer those questions for you. That way, when it's time to buy a house, you know which way you want to go. You know what you qualify for. You know what's all involved. It's going to cost. There's a lot of factors when it comes to buying a house. I got like cobwebs like all over me. There's a lot of different things when it comes to buying a house. But the first thing and the first steps of buying a house, always informational. Find out what kind of loan you need approved for, what your down payment's going to be, what it's going to cost you. Then you go from there. It's not like you get approved and you just buy a house. You're not forced into one. You decide if you want to buy a house. I have people that get approved all the time and then don't buy a house for like 3 months, 6 months, sometimes a year. Hey, you know, I got approved last year. I wasn't ready yet. I didn't have the down payment, or, you know, my finances weren't where they needed to be. I wanted to pay some things down first so that way I wouldn't be so tight on my monthly mortgage. That's okay. But at least we can get you answers. That's all I hope I can get you when we first talk. So this is new construction right here in London. If you know anybody that likes this house, show them the video, tag them. But if you know anybody that you just lost, maybe you've been through the home buying process and they started asking you questions, and when you're being asked these questions, you're like, I kind of remember it went this way. It's okay if you don't remember. Just, you know, send them over to us. We do this every single day. And I say that not to brag. I say that because this is our job. This is what we do. We get it. It can be very overwhelming when you start this process and you're looking for a house and you're looking to see what's out there. Maybe it's a big sticker price shock. You're like, I didn't know houses cost this much, and I only got proof for this much, and I can't find what I'm looking for in this price range. We can help you. Let us know. Comment below. Thanks for watching. Oh, and the winner. Sorry, the winner of the contest for the Starbucks pop quiz yesterday was Adon Cavazos. You are a winner. I will message you. You can send me your email address, and I'll send it to you today. If you know anybody else that needs help buying a house, Team Montalvo, do it. Don't forget to download our buyer's guide. It's CorpusHomeBuyersGuide.com. I wrote it myself. It's funny, so it won't put you to sleep, and you'll actually learn something. CorpusHomeBuyersGuide.com. I'll put the link in the comments in a second. Tag anybody you know who has questions. I'm the man, and I'm going to answer them for you. Talk to y'all soon. Have a good day.